drop out and come back in again. Oh dear. What happened there, Rita? I think you're going to have to drop out and come back in again to the... I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. But I'm live now, so all you people who were on the other live stream, can you come onto this one, please? We'll catch up, I'm sure we will. I had a technical problem. Hello, are we back on track again now? I hope so. Hello, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there, but we're on take 2. and here we are. That's great. And Sandra, thanks. Hi, Sandra. My first spanner has just popped in. So hello, YouTube friends. Hello, YouTube. Linda's here too. It's really, really nice to see you all. Really nice. I'm going to struggle to keep up with the chat because it's coming through really quickly, but I'm going to say hello to you all. And I've been looking forward to this very, very much indeed. I was remembering last year when I did this live stream. Hello, Leanne. Thank you for agreeing to do this. It's going to be dead easy. You're not going to have a problem, I'm sure. Last year, when I did this live stream last year, I'd spent the whole day very frustratedly trying to make you a retrospective of the last year at the last Homely House, and I broke my computer. I just melted it, I think. And so spontaneously, I just turned the camera on and just started to talk to no one, and then people started arriving. Well, this year I've scheduled it, and I've told people, and I've built the expectation that we're going to be here, and so now you are here. Whoopsie daisy. And that's nice. That's really, really great. So it's absolutely wonderful to see you all. I'm not going to be able to follow the chat. I really am not. It's a live stream is a very curious thing to do. All you beautiful people from all over the world, and here you are, and my cat here wanting to put her bottom in the camera. So you go down there. Right, let me tell you then what I'm planning to do this evening. I've got some stitching. Oh, this isn't going to work, is it? I'm not going to be able to do any stitching with you on my knee, am I? This cat's been pretty unwell, but she's much, much better now. And so she's going to be sitting here with us. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see so many people tipping in. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. And I hope wherever you are in the world that you're having a very nice New Year. Because for me here in the UK, it's going to be New Year in a couple of hours' time. But I know that some people are already in next year now. All my wonderful friends in New Zealand and Australia. And I know for some people across the other side of the, yes, Rita has taken on Norma's role. Across the other side of the Atlantic, it's the middle of the afternoon or the early evening for you, and you're going to be celebrating a little bit later on. So whenever it is, though, we've come to the end of another year of uncertainty, I'd say. When I was thinking about this live stream, I watched a little bit of last year's, 2 p.m. there, Angie. I watched a little bit of last year's live stream that I did, that spontaneous one. First thing I'll say is I really like my hair short, and I can't get it cut at the moment because my hairdresser can't do it. And so it's a bit of a nuisance. So that's the first thing I'd say. What was I going to say? I'm going to do this a lot this evening. Think of something and then not remember what it was I was going to talk about. Let's see where you're all from. Ohio, New Hampshire, Devon, Rhode Island. You like my hair, do you? I really don't. Canada, hello Canada, I love Canada. Yorkshire, very nice. Oops, going too fast now, going too fast. Virginia, Netherlands, of course, Sandra, hi. Sunday morning here. There's my New Zealand friends. Michigan, Oklahoma, Liverpool. Hi, Liverpool. Now, Liverpool, I'll tell you what I was doing in preparation for this. I've got some sewing on my knee, which I'm going to hopefully get on and do. Hi from Scotland. The chat does move so fast. It really does. And so Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to follow it and just read out people's places here. So all day long, I've been stitching. I'll tell you what I've been doing in a minute. I've been sewing and sewing and sewing. And then looking at the clock, and I thought, well, it's a couple of hours to go before we get ready for this live stream. So I'll watch something. Now, I've already watched through the whole of the Beatles documentary. I can slow it down, can I? Oh, Sandra, I have no idea how to do things like that, Sandra. That's why you're the moderator and I'm not. It's going to have to stay where it is. So I was watching the Beatles. I've watched it through once already, the Beatles documentary called Get Back, which was the Peter Jackson thing. And on Disney Plus for some reason. And I thought this afternoon, I thought I'll watch it again. Because, yes, I have seen yesterday. Fantastic film. Really, really enjoyed it. But I've watched it again. And so just until 5 minutes ago, I was watching that documentary of the Beatles all creating those amazing songs when I was 13 years old. I'm amazed by that documentary. I really am. So I'm full of Beatles and Liverpool and all of that. If you can't hear, restart. Aren't people being able to hear? Put your volume up. Or headphones. But if anybody can't hear, let me know. I don't know what I'll do about it if you can't. Paper pieces, hexes. Yes. Now, last year, when I was doing the live stream last year, I was doing the hexes. Thank you, Paul. I was doing the hexes for Agnes's quilt. I haven't got much further on with Agnes's quilt. In fact, I've been doing some of it this Christmas. It's down here. And so there's 2 streams. Oh, have I not cancelled the other stream? Uh-oh. Sounds good. Everyone's saying that sounds good. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, I hope that's okay. If you're on 2 streams, then delete the other one. Have I managed to do 2 streams? So Agnes's quilt isn't as far on as I would like it to be because I've been pretty busy with lots of things. And so what I've been sewing today and yesterday and the day before, I've been, if any of you remember my mum's quilts, which you can see in the background there, which I took up to Kath, the long arm quilter, and she quilted them all for me. And you're going to have to just go there a sec because I want to show folk. Thank you, just there. And so the last the last 2 or 3 days, you get down a minute, please. I've been putting the bindings on these quilts, and it took me a long time. And I have made some film about it, and my plan is I will make a YouTube video about the binding of the quilts. But what I'm going to do just now, while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, is what time is it in the UK? It's 10:10 in the evening, and so my plan would be to stay here until until New Year, until next year. You like my roses, Sandra? Aren't they nice? I treated myself to those. Yeah, so yeah, the time, it's a weird one, isn't it? All over the world, slightly different. France, hello, Kay. That's nice. And the Rocky Mountains. I can't. You all look at where each other are from, okay? And that'll be good. So, because what I'm hoping to do, because I made a little bit of a list. No, I won't fall asleep. It'll be fine. Yes, I do. Now that's an interesting one. It looks like I have another lap cat because all the dynamics have changed with the cats since Norma died and since Prudence died, her sister, at the beginning of the year. So two cats this year I've lost. So I have 2 cats left, but everything's changed. Everything. in the cat dynamics, and Sadie now rules the roost, and Sadie's asleep in the sitting room just now, and this poor girl doesn't get a look in, bless her. So I'm extra nice to her when she does come and sit on my knee, but she has come, she has taken over Norma's role of sticking her bottom in the camera and waking up every time I start talking, because of course I haven't said anything to anybody all day today, have I? Welcome to the lime green sofa. Right, Cheryl's passing down the tea. Just before we get properly started then, let's just have a little word about the sofa, because it's all over the world, it's everywhere. I've had it professionally cleaned for tonight, and so it's all really, really comfortable. And I've got a number of snacks that I'm going to pass down the sofa. Okay, the first one that's coming down, let's have a look now. I've got them all here. Well, let's start with my favorite thing, which is chocolate coated nuts. Okay, so these are chocolate coated almonds, and so I'm going to pass those down now. Off they go. Help yourself to a chocolate coated almond and pass them along if you don't like them. This is so lovely. Yes, you can have a Diet Coke, you can have whatever you like. I've got water because that's what I drink, and so the chocolate coated almonds are coming down now. You can have whatever you like on this sofa. Oh, it's a bit, yeah, there's chocolate there. South Indiana. Thank you, Carol. That's really sweet. Not sure I'll be able to share the chocolate. Okay, all right then. It's an everlasting supply of chocolate, so you'll be fine with that. I can't sew with this cat on my knee. I spent the last 3 days putting bindings on these quilts so that I could sit and talk to you guys and bind, and I can't sit and bind now. Can I? No. Anyone who can't hear, I think you need to close the stream from before, because I had a stream going before and it crashed on me. So you need to close that other first stream because it obviously hadn't crashed. I don't know. I don't know. I do need a technical support team here. I really do. So, oh, all you lovely Happy New Years. Yeah, so this cat's definitely taken over the role of last homely house cat. I was cooking stir fry in the kitchen. Ooh, stir fry. Or as my kids, John calls it when he was little, stiffery, because that's what it looks like when it's written down. So stiffery, very good. And you can put anything at all in stir fry, can't you? And you found me. That's good, Robin. Good. Yeah, you can put anything at all in stiffery. In fact, it's a good idea for using up all the bits and pieces that are left in the fridge. Banana bread. Oh, we are all going to get 1,000 people watching. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Goodness sake. Yeah. I find these live streams really quite difficult, you know. Because I want to look at all of these beautiful comments, and I can't. So I'm going to rely on each of you lot to read each other's comments. How am I? You got me in stitches. I'm okay. I'm relatively well. Let's just put it that way. You all know that I wasn't well a few weeks ago, and it's taking me a lot longer to recover from that than I care to admit. And so when people say, how are you? The flippant answer is, I'm fine, isn't it? But the more detailed answer is that I'm okay, and I'm getting better. So don't worry about me. I am okay. Apron. I have my apron on. Let's tip my camera down a bit. I have my last homely house apron on. Let me say something about that. I'm really pleased for the people who got them. If they got a Christmas box and they got an apron. So many people were really disappointed not to get an apron. So I've ordered some more aprons, and they'll be coming in February. And so, yeah, now, thank you, Margaret. For the people who've come from Instagram or saw the Instagram post, Martha FaceTimed me earlier on to say, good luck with the live stream tonight, Mum. Are you going to wear a crown? And I said, no, of course I'm not going to wear a crown. She said, you should. You should definitely wear a crown. So I put on Instagram that Martha had said that, and would I be wearing one? No, I'm not wearing a crown. Is anybody else out there on the sofa wearing a crown? Even just a paper one? I got my box and we'll get another apron too. Yes, and so the aprons, let me just tell you a little bit about the aprons. I was overwhelmed by the number of people who said they were disappointed not to get an apron. I love mine. I pretty much live in it. In fact, I think I might have told people I have two. So there's one in the wash always, and one I'm wearing one. A crown would suit me. I don't know about a crown. It seems a little bit ostentatious. Do you not think? I'd feel a little bit self-conscious wearing a crown. Just headphones, yeah. So yeah, we ordered them once I realized that people really wanted them. We ordered some more, Anna and I, and we hope that they're going to be in the shop in February. So that's good, because it's a big pockets, yeah. But I think the thing I like about it, Emma, is that it's got big ties, so it doesn't matter how much Christmas pudding you've had, it'll still tie up. Go and eat your stir fry. Go on, off you go. Would wear a crown if I had. We could wear a virtual crown. Oh, thank you. Sandra's just put the link up to the shop. Now, there's a notice on the shop that says it will be shipping again, Anna and I, on the, I think it says the 3rd, but it's actually the 4th of January. We'll be shipping again then. And but the aprons won't be ready till February. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was the tea towels, because we've ordered some more tea towels as well. And I'll be absolutely, utterly truthful, we've already got the tea towels. They're in a big box upstairs in the shipping room, but they're just in a massive big box and they all need to be packed and, you know, individually wrapped and so on. And there hasn't been any chance to do that. But in getting ready for this evening, I wanted to talk about the tea towels, because way back, and I can remember that this was when Wimbledon was on, so way back in the summer, there was some talk about people embroidering their tea towels. Yes, Kezia embroidered the tea towels. Now, here's my tea towel that I started to embroider, and I got it out because I started to do it in Wimbledon. And now I wonder if you're going to be able to see that I've embroidered. There's a bit of a hen there that's embroidered. I did one of the beehives and then the wings on one lot of bees. So I've got that beehive to do. I enjoyed doing this biscuit. That's got a really fancy stitch on it, this one here. And then a bit further down, I embroidered the pin cushion and some pins. I like that. I like the pin cushion. And then what else did I do? There's a cup there, but I started doing some of the beads in here. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to do the whole thing because I'm not sure. I might, because I'm really enjoying it. It's really nice fabric. It's something called half Panama. If people know about fabric, then this is half Panama, whatever that is. Fabric paints, that would be a good idea. I just saw that scooting up. But I have enjoyed the slow stitching of this and just choosing little bits of it to do. I honestly don't know if I can do all of it, because this hen, can you get your tail down, please? Thank you. Just this hen here, that took me like one whole match. That was probably the final, the Wimbledon final, because it's really, it's very, very detailed feathers on the hen. But anyway, that's the tea towel. So I've got one that I use, that I dry dishes up with, and one that I'm I've just seen that Cheryl's just put lime green sofa, trademark. We need a copyright sign, don't we? One that I use and one that I'm stitching. So we ordered some more of these and they'll be in the shop. I think I'm probably going to say February as well, because by the time we've got everything packed and so on, it's just Anna and I, you know. Takes us a long time, so we'll look out for the shop in February anyway, because there's what's in the shop. I don't know what we're going to do with the shop in January. I had this idea we might have a January sale. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, that's the show us. Yes, show us when you have finished embroidering it. I think I'm just going to go every now and then. I'll pick it up and do a little bit. I don't mind how long things take me to do. Do you know? I honestly don't mind how long things take me to finish. And so it could be years before that tea towel's finished. And then I'll hang it up in the shipping room. It may never be finished, Emma. It may never be finished. And that's all right, because it's about the process, isn't it? Rather than the end result. I mean, process is great for things like that, but end result is good when what you're trying to do is finish your mum's quilts. And that's what I'm trying to do now with these bindings, but Rita's not letting me. Not at all. So there you go. That was a bit of chat about the tea towels and the aprons. Hello from North Carolina. Yeah, I mean, there's millions of other things I could talk about. Cheese and crackers coming down the sofa. We'll add these then, because I got these out. These are my new current obsession, Marks and Spencer's cheese straws. So we'll open those up and we'll send those down. I'll send them down this way this time, because I sent the sofa's a really lovely thing. I mean, I know it's slightly crazy and it's in our heads, but you know something? I love it. I love thinking of all of you. I mean, I turn the camera on and chatter away like this, but all of you lot are all out there stitching away and sharing, and I know that the Facebook group is very, very active and with lots of amazing beautiful crafts there. Amazing stuff. I'm amazed by the talent and skills. I turn the camera on and show you the things that I'm making. But you're right, Eileen, the sofa has connected all of us in such a really straightforward way. It's a simple idea, isn't it? The idea that you're sitting on a sofa alongside somebody else, and they're not really there, and you're not really drinking a cup of tea with them, but you kind of are in this spirit of community. I love that. I absolutely love that. I really do. And there's a well-behaved cat right here. I'll pass down. You're in my head, but in my heart. That's very nice. Thank you. That's a lovely thing to say. Someone has asked, have you ever kept goats? That's an interesting question, because I have kept quite a lot of poultry mostly. So any type, lots of types of poultry, hens, ducks, the goose. And so I could keep goats here. I really could, but the answer is always going to be no, because it's a little bit like why I wouldn't get a dog as well, because you can leave cats overnight if you go away, or you can get someone to come in and look after cats for you when you go away, but you can't get exactly, Cheryl, you can't get someone to come and look after goats for you. And also, goats are the most destructive animals on a farm. The only thing that will keep a goat in is water, so you have to pretty much surround it, put it on an island. And cats are so much easier. They are self-sufficient. I mean, she's been really poorly lately and she's been needing a lot of trips to the vet. Oh, hello from Norway. I just saw the Norway. Yeah, Rita, she's got lovely colouring, hasn't she? Shall I tell you how I chose this cat? Because you remember Prudence, who was a really Yeah, goats don't want to be kept by anybody. Exactly. Goat is and they smell. I quite like the smell of farm animals, you know, cows and horses and sheep. Not so bothered about the smell of goats. So I just, in a nutshell, briefly, how I chose Rita. There was a woman down in the village who had a litter of kittens, and I wanted one cat, and I went down to ask her, could I have one of her cats? And I saw this one, and I thought, oh, she's very pretty. I'll have her. And then Prudence walked round the corner, and she was the most beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous kitten I'd ever seen. And I said, oh, can I change my mind and have that one? And I thought, I can't do that. That's really mean. So I said, can I have two then? So I ended up with two cats because I chose her first. She's a good friend. She really is. So what was I talking about? Goats, no goats. Definitely no goats. Every now and then I like to be able to go away overnight. I mean, it's hard now because people aren't travelling. How long have I lived at the last homely house? In March, it will be 36 years. Isn't that a long time? Yes, I like the back of her head as well. 36 years I'll have lived at the last homely house. Martha was 9 weeks old when I moved here. 9 weeks old. And now little Agnes is 2 1/4. Your son has 10 goats. Right, well, if you're going to have goats, you might as well have plenty. You know, mightn't you? So, Linda, what is the temperature? A temperature quilt? No, never heard of that one either. A temperature quilt. No, don't do that. You're making my cotton come unthreaded. Stop that. She's unthreaded my cotton. No, we'll have to look into the temperature quilt. There's a lovely chart that you can do, and you can actually buy a pre-made chart where you colour in what the weather's doing that day. So, you know, it all starts with grey, be grey and dark here, and then it goes on, and I'm going to answer that question in a second about a mum's quilt. So the idea is that, you know, you go through the whole year, and, you know, it would have 365 blocks, wouldn't it? That would be quite an interesting thing to do. There's another one to add to the list. But I think just the colouring in with crayons so that you get this fantastic gradation. I'm going to invite you to sit over here, please. Thank you. Because I want to show folk what I'm doing here. So behind me, behind Rita, there's a little stash of quilts there. There's this one. There's one on the board. And these are all the quilts that I brought back from Kath's that she'd long on quilted for me that were in the suitcase. No, so I'm telling you about that now, Jane. And so I've many other things are going on in my life, all sorts of things. And so jobs that need doing, like this one, take their turn. And so this one here, this was the medallion quilt. That one's the string quilt there. And beside me, I've got the cream one. And I spent the last, oh, I don't know, 3 days, part of every one of the last 3 days, trimming and cutting, binding and binding these 7 quilts. So one of them has been reserved for a family member, and the others are all being terribly polite and holding back. Right, okay, missing the chat there, missing the chat. So Rita's gone over there now. I think she's got the hint that she's not terribly welcome on my knee. And the idea is that I was going to stitch temperature quilt. You take the temperature every day and the colour fabric. Wow, that's an interesting idea, isn't it? Do you think that's a project we should all do, a temperature quilt? Because we've all got enough stash, haven't we? I could do every single type of temperature and weather from my stash. Yeah, I know I could. So I'm going to stitch binding. Temperature could also be like a mood. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? A mood quilt. You'd have to be really honest, wouldn't you? And put in all the dark ones. You can knit or crochet it. This is an interesting idea. Oh, someone's daughter bought a lime green sofa. That's great. Hello from Australia. Hello. It's already New Year there, isn't it? Yeah, the mood quilt. I think that would be yeah, you'd have to be really, really honest about it. Otherwise, it'd be all sunshiny. And hello, Sarah from Dallas, and Bright. So that mood idea is a nice one, isn't it? It's a little bit like a gratitude journal I once kept, which at the end of every day, you just wrote down the 3 things that you were grateful for that day. You know, just one word. It was a good idea. I like these progression things that, you know, you didn't have to show it to anybody, or, you know, it was just for reminding yourself, you know, what to be grateful for. Sunshine quilt is, yes, a sunshine quilt is a wonderful idea, Kezia, you're not wrong. And that was a real quilt to brighten up at the beginning of a dark year. But yeah, mood quilts. Okay, this is something we're going to have to talk about, isn't it? On the sofa. Maybe on the Facebook group, or maybe somewhere or other. Temperature sweater is a nice project. What is that? You just knit a few rows of whatever the temperature's doing. Do you watch my threads when I'm hand quilting? That is a really interesting question, Leanne, because I'm using this thread. This is a cone of Aurifil cotton, and it's on a stand my dad made for my mum. It's really great, and so that I can pull it off there. That's going to last me for the rest of my life. And no, I don't wax it, but you know, I should, because it gets into a tangle. I think I cut it a little bit too long, but that's because I'm a bit lazy and I don't want to keep rethreading the needle all the time. I'm quite a fast sewer when I haven't got a cat on my knee. My Mark Knopfler quilt story. Yes, that was quite a story, wasn't it? Wowza. That was 2013, just after I'd got back from New Zealand. Because it was New Year's Day, 2013. There's a Facebook group, CM, Kezia and Christine and Wendy and all those people. They need to tell people about the Facebook group. It's just called The Last Homely House. And you go to Facebook and type in The Last Homely House, and you will have a very, very warm welcome from all the lovely admins who help help people. I don't visit the Facebook group because I find Facebook just one thing too many. The question, how are the bees and the chickens? Right, the bees. Where's my phone? I wonder if this is going to work, because it's winter here. It's the last day of the year. But yesterday, I saw something happening outside. Am I going to be able to make this tip round? This isn't going to work. I wonder if it is. Can you see that? That is my bees yesterday. I couldn't believe my eyes. I just couldn't believe my eyes. No, I'm not going to do a TikTok. Okay, let me talk. The bees were out yesterday. I couldn't believe it. So let's have a think, right? We've got YouTube, which is where I mostly live. Bees on the last day of the year, they should be all clustering in, but it was such a warm day. I was really worried about them, because now it's going cold again. Let's have a think about all the places. There's Instagram. Anna is pretty much in charge of my Instagram. I write everything that goes on there and approve all the pictures or take the pictures, but she does the yeah, Carolyn, I think it was 12 degrees, it said in the car. Anna looks after the Instagram, for which I'm very, very grateful. YouTube, that's where I hang out. Patreon, that's where I also hang out. And thank you to all the lovely people who enjoyed the Advent series that I did. I went to Hexham Abbey, especially I've seen the video. Oh, good. Hexham Abbey was a terrible video, that. I definitely need to make that one again. Definitely do. And so that takes up time, which is lovely. I really enjoy doing that. And then there's all these other places. Facebook, TikTok. I can't even list them all. There are so many. I can't keep up. yeah, I can just about cope with YouTube, and I just can't keep up with the. I mean, you saw how I messed up the beginning of this live stream. I think two people watching two live streams for 5 minutes because it said it had dropped out and crashed and so on. I went through an entire social media crash and stepped back from Facebook. Yeah, and so I stepped back from Facebook because I was following quite a lot of local people, and I thought, well, I can see those people. They're just my neighbours. Thank you very much, Leanne, for putting that link up to Patreon. Patreon is this last few weeks where we've been doing the videos about the Christmas movies. I've really enjoyed it. Quite a lot of people said you've taken a break from YouTube, but you're posting daily to Patreon. I think what you've got to know about that is I made most of those videos in September before I got unwell, and I only made the ones that I did with my kids latterly, and so they were all, you know, ages. I made them ages ago, so it was just a question of posting them. So I wasn't making videos at all. Yeah, so Arne and Carlos and The Last Thing Else Is All I Need. That's very sweet. Arne and Carlos, they're the best, aren't they? I really like those two. But grab a cushion and snuggle up. So I find the living in the virtual world, I do it a lot. And I sometimes find that I have to, I'll answer that one, Holly. I sometimes think that I have, so there's a very good point in question. Holly's asking, how is my dad? So I'm spending all this time, you know, sorting out all the social media platforms that I'm on, and I'm not seeing Agnes and I'm not seeing my dad. My dad is 96 now, and he's in residential care now, full time, and has been for about 18 months. My brother goes to visit him because my brother lives, this is what happens to the cotton. It's very annoying. I should wax it, shouldn't I? Yeah. So my brother lives nearby to where my dad is. I live a long way away. It's a long drive, and I don't like driving in the dark, which means that most of the journey's in the dark at this time of year. So I haven't seen Dad because of the whole COVID thing. It's been pretty difficult to visit him when he's behind a screen using an intercom, when he doesn't really understand about screens and intercoms, and he can't recognize it's me. So it's been a difficult time. I hear constantly from the staff how he's doing. There's one guy in particular I email, I talk to a lot. And then my brother goes to see him and lets us all know on a little family. Well, that's the other thing. What's that called? That one? What's that called? WhatsApp. So there's WhatsApp as well. And so I'm in the WhatsApp group for my family chat, but I'm not in any other WhatsApp groups, and I don't do any other WhatsApps because I was getting 101 and in May. Wow. And so Dad's 96. He's been really, really well cared for, but sadly I don't see him. It is hard, but it's good to know that all his needs are being met on a day-to-day basis, and that's how it is. So I didn't really quite know what to send him for Christmas, so I sent him some pajamas. Yes, so the apron. I've just been telling people a letter that they're going to be in the Maid Marian passed away this morning. Oh, I'm definitely not keeping up with the chat. Lucky asked, how is my pottery going? Well, it's gone, I'd say, pretty much, because the whole of last year I wasn't able to get to pottery at all. And it's something that you need to have a fluency with. You need to just keep that kind of fluency of the practice of doing it. It's like everything, isn't it? The more you practice it, the better you get at it. And I have not been able to practice it at all. So I've kind of given up on pottery, really, because if they do, Betty White passed away today. I don't know who Betty White is. Betty White. What's your goose called? Eileen. The goose is called Eileen, so that when I want to shout at her, I can shout, "Come on, Eileen." Betty White was a true icon. I'll have to look up who Betty White is, because I'm sad to say I don't know who she is. Sorry. Sandra, you're wonderful. Thank you. Sharon hasn't turned up yet, has she, Sandra? No help, that girl. So, what was I talking about? I'm all over the place, aren't I? Betty White is a golden girl. I will look her up. I've got my notebook here. Betty White. I shall look her up, because she's obviously an American icon and not... hello, Elaine. And not anybody I know in the UK. What's my son called? Was that? I have two. From Mary Tyler Moore. Anyway. Anyway, getting old. It's not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend it, really. Hasn't got much to commend it. Will I be making a Beatles quilt? Now, this is an interesting one, because my brother, Eric, who I've just been talking about, is the biggest Beatles fan in the family. I mean, I'm the second biggest, but he's definitely the biggest Beatles fan. And a while ago, I looked into getting some fabric printed. Yeah, the alternative. Getting old's better than the alternative. I agree. Hang on, I need a drink. I was trying to source some fabric to make Eric a quilt. I know Eric's not watching this live stream, because one day I will do it. But all the fabric was sort of like yellow submarine stuff, and I didn't like that. Who's my favourite band? Well, I've just been watching the Beatles all afternoon and being utterly awestruck by them. But I guess if I had a favourite band, it would be Yes, I guess. But it's the Beatles today. So, yeah, I suppose I've got to look a bit harder. I even looked at Spoonflower with the idea that I might get some printed, but I'm not sure. Yes, Get Back. I've watched it through this afternoon for the second time, just to get all the bits that I missed the first time round. I was blown away by it, because I was 13 when that was happening. Getting old. Yeah, I've started something now about getting old. Get old, please get old, please. Yes, I am cozy here. It's lovely and warm here in my warm, cozy house, but not so warm outside. Your fabric that says Beatles all over it, and you made masks from it. That's a nice idea. What I really wanted wasn't sort of novelty fabric, which you can get quite easily. What I really wanted was the album covers. And I've never seen fabric that is the actual album covers in 12-inch panels. Wouldn't that be cool, to make a quilt out of all the album covers? I'd love to do that. I'd make one for him and me. Did you watch the Strictly Christmas special? I did, Philippa. I did. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I also watched, Philippa's here. I also watched the final again. I watched the final again because, you know, even though I knew who had won. I mean, Philippa and I talk about Strictly a lot. I mean, really nuanced stuff about Strictly. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. People saying hello to each other. I'm missing Strictly because it was like the sparkliest. Susan, I want to talk about that. It was the sparkliest, most over the top, lovey-dovey thing. Fantastic. I've been away, but we'll re-watch it. Yes, it was those things that they put on at Christmas that they filmed in September. I always find those a bit weird when everyone's pretending to be Christmassy. Someone's just said about how they enjoyed the calendar, and I've got the calendar here. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the calendar because, for reference, you need. I missed that. Can I get that back? Yes, I can. For reference, you need to read the live stream later. Okay. Scan and print the covers onto material using an inkjet printer. There's an idea. If I could find somebody with an A3 inkjet printer, because of course they would have to be 12 inches, wouldn't they? Because an album cover's 12 inches. I've not given up. Oh, Inga, she's only got 13 minutes to New Year. She must be in the next time zone on. You should be on Strictly. So somebody did say to me, because every year on Strictly, they have someone, there was social media stars. So this year it was Tilly Ramsey, who's some sort of social media person. And somebody said to me, you know, you should be on Strictly, Kate, because you're a content creator. And so I was thinking I could dance with Aliash. That would be really great. It's never going to happen, guys. It's never going to happen. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this because I've got this. Yes, the copyright issues. And that was the thing I thought about when I wrote to Spoonflower. They didn't write back. I was thinking that's probably why, because of the copyright thing. Calendar. Okay. It's a newly designed calendar. But what I wanted to do, when you open up the first page of the calendar, which I can do now because it's nearly January. We're 1 hour, 10 minutes off January here. Okay. And I wanted to talk to you about the first picture, which you might look at it and you think, what's that got to do with the last Homey house? And when I got the calendars back and I looked at this one and I thought, it's a strange one. I mean, it is January. Watch out, please. But I wanted to point some stuff out. I wanted to point some stuff out to you. For anybody who's got a calendar, this was when we were at the beach and it was freezing cold. Yes, I do, Linda. I use Zoom to see my family. And we were in this. So, well, Anna, who's here, taking the photograph. That's a reflection of Anna. Can you see the outline of her? Look. And she's looking through the window at all of us inside the cafe, this tiny little cafe. And that's the great big fire, which was in the back wall of the cafe. And Martha and me and John and Adam, and then Anna, the outline of Anna here. And when we got this picture back, somebody said, it looks like we've just been rescued from a shipwreck. And it does. I hope I have enough calendars. I'd like to buy one. Yes, there are a few calendars left. And the shop opens again on the whatever, 4th of January. And there'll be some calendars left in the shop. Anyway, I wanted to explain to you about this picture because it's a bit strange, isn't it? All the rest of the pictures, I'm going to show you them, are all more craft-based or Last Homey House-based. But that first one is a little bit weird. Just thought I'd tell you that. And all I can do is apologise when you get to June. That's all I can do, really. Almost 3 p.m. on December the 31st here in California. Okay, well, you've got all day to go. You can be eating New Year's food and so on all day. Yes. Did you turn to June, Cheryl? Just stay for 2 months on May. That's all I'd say. But there is a thing I want to show you, and it's a bit out of arm's reach. Only just opened mine. You opened yours, Philippa. Yeah, though that first picture, then, Philippa. When I got the calendars back from the printers, and we checked all the proofs and everything, Anna and I, and I saw that one, and I thought, oh, that's a bit strange. That's not very Last Homey Housey. But actually, when you understand, you know, what's going on with it, I especially love the outline of Anna and Martha looking like she's literally just been dragged from the sea. But I'm going to reach over if I can. Oh, I put these a little bit out of reach. It's called Art for the Calendar. Yeah, okay. Nothing is weird. Okay, that's sweet. Now, I wanted to talk to you though about numbers because it's not like I'm obsessed with numbers, although I actually am a little bit, but we're creeping up to 50,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, which is unbelievable. Yes, Philippa's nodding. I can see you, Philippa. But what I wanted to show you, what I've got here, I've got this box. And this box is going to be the prize draw when we get to 50k. And it's got some green packing in here, but every time I find something that I think, oh, well, I'll stick that in the box. So the box, I wrap it up in a bit of tissue paper and put it in the box. So this box is going to be full of all sorts of things for the 50k giveaway. I'll put it back down here again. And I just, as I say, I just keep adding more and more. So when we get to 50k on the YouTubes, I think I might combust. But then I will do a prize draw on that post and give this box away to someone on the sofa. Okay, but there is one more thing that's in the box that I wanted to show you, and this is actually going against the rules, really, because you're not really supposed to see the calendar pictures. How am I going to show you these without showing you? Oh, there's some shortbread. Thank you, Gillian. Oh, a bit of shortbread coming down the sofa. That's very nice. I haven't sent anything down for ages, have I? Last thing we got was these cheese straws, which have come back again. Okay, when we got the calendars back, Anna and I, and she completely redesigned the calendar. I was so pleased with the way the calendar looked and the just the aesthetic of it. 50k, Anne, I know. It's mad, isn't it, to think that, you know, it's mad. 50,000 of you people. And so what we decided to do, because the pictures, we like the pictures a lot, and not everybody wants a calendar. I think, you know, quite a lot of people don't use a calendar these days. People sort of use an electronic calendar, don't they? So what we decided to do, we said we would make calendar cards. What are my animals called? I'll tell you in a minute. I won't forget. So we took our favourite 5 images from the calendar and we had them made into cards. I can't show you because then you'll see. I'll show you quickly. And so we had them made into cards, and these are called the calendar cards. And there are 5 of them. And each card has got its image on, and then its little tiny image on the back. And then there's the writing that was on the, what was 50k? 50k is going to be how many people there are on the lime green sofa on the YouTube channel. And I'm going to do a giveaway for that. Addicted calendars have 3. Oh, that's all right then. Good. So calendar cards. I'm going to put a set of them in the 50k box. This cat is called Rita. My youngest son's wife is called Rita. I named this cat Rita before Owen met Rita. And when I met Rita, I said to her, look, this cat's only had this name for about a year. If you like, I'll change her name and we'll call her something else. And she said, no, that's okay. Don't worry. And so now what I've got is a cat called Rita and a daughter-in-law called Rita. It's very confusing. And I think the person who finds it the most confusing is Anna. When I say something about, you know, oh, Rita's asleep on the sofa, and she thinks that I mean her sister-in-law. I'm the only one who loves fruitcake. I have fruitcake over there. I'm going to send that down in a minute. I've got Martha's Christmas cake here. So this cat's called Rita. And I was naming all my cats after Beatles songs at that time. And so her sister was Prudence, Dear Prudence. And then Sadie, who was the impulse cat. Long story on how I got Sadie, but she's Sexy Sadie. Received my calendar just in time. 30th November. Great. And so those 2 cats are Beatles songs. Eileen, I've explained, the goose is Come On Eileen from the Dexys Midnight Runners thing. And I used to name the queen bee, go to bed, don't anybody stay up unless they really want to. 3 minutes for Sandra, and we can wish her a happy new year. I used to name the hives after a queen, like Victoria or Elizabeth. Thank you, Judy. And then it got crazy because I'd have a swarm, and I think, well, who swarmed? Was that Elizabeth, Victoria? Who was that? So I stopped naming the bees. Whoops a daisy, that was clumsy. He nearly fell off because it was a little bit of quilt there, wasn't there? You go there. Right, so fruitcake. Desdemona and Euphemia. Whoa, those are great names. And so this then is a little bit of Pink Lane Bakery Christmas cake. Now I know it looks small, but it will multiply as it goes down the sofa. So I'm going to pass that down that way. Now I have got the cheese that goes with it. 2 years to midnight in Denmark. Oh, it's nearly New Year for some people. So this then is coming down the sofa that way. I won't send the cheese though, because not everybody's a big fan of cheese and Christmas cake, although I am. Although I did have a bit of a run-in with Kath, the long-arm quilter, who says it should have been Wensleydale. And of course it should, but I'm from Lancashire. Sending barbecued ribs and hush puppies for those who haven't had supper. Blimey. Oh, let's count down. Okay, all right. Where's my phone? There it is. We're going to do lots of countdowns then, because we'll do a countdown for you. Oh, you're 2 minutes, Sandra. And then it's 2022 for you. How's that happened? How has it become... I don't know. Where's the time gone? Where has the time gone? It's crazy. So if you need to go and watch fireworks, Sandra, in 1 minute, then do so. Because don't stick around here looking after me. I'm okay. Oops a daisy. Oh, I've left this thing too short to tie one of those clever knots. Oh, I've left the thread too short. Twit. I've done it. I've done it. It's all good. Fruitcake. Yes, I put the fruitcake on Instagram because I got one of Martha's Christmas cakes. Go and make some calls, Sandra. That's what you need to do. Go and say Happy New Year in Dutch to everyone you know. That's what you need to do now. Oh, yeah, it's New Year's Day now in Holland, and you're in some places in Europe. And so in celebration of that then, I know we've just sent fruitcake down, but I'm going to send some of this down now. This... I bought this as an impulse buy in Marks & Spencer. It's popcorn covered in chocolate. I love your apron. I'll order one in February. Great. And it says here, what does it say? Too madly Moorish to share. And it is. It absolutely is. Fireworks have been cancelled. Such a lot's been cancelled, hasn't it? Have you ever done a tour of my daughter's bakery shop? I've thought about it. I'm not sure she'd like it. She's quite a private person. Just about to open a huge bottle of Prosecco. Philippa, you could splosh a little bit of that up the up the road. This stuff, Philippa, if you're in Marks & Spencer's, Philippa, and you see this stuff, get it. They do it with white chocolate as well. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. I'm going to send this way. Help yourself. It really is good. I'm not sure how it goes with Prosecco. In fact, I'm going to have a little tiny piece before I send it down. Happy New Year from Stockholm. I think it's probably New Year for you now, isn't it? Yes, it is. So if I eat this, I won't be able to talk to you. A weed dram. Yes, Hercules. Cancellations. I remember last year when I was looking at a little bit of that live stream, and I was saying, well, I'm really looking forward to next year when we won't have to be wearing masks and we'll be able to meet people again. It's just got worse. Worse and worse. Chocolate coins from the Christmas box. Yay! Good. What am I working on? I'll remind you what I'm working on. I'll just thread a needle. If you saw the videos about me getting my mum's quilts long-armed by Kath the long-arm quilter in just over the border in Scotland, that pile behind me there is all of them there. And I've spent some part of the last 3 days putting the bindings on. I made 7 bindings. And what I'm doing now is hand stitching the bindings down. Not terribly successfully. You see, I always make the thread too long. I'm actually going to cut a bit of that off because it just tangles. So, good. So I ordered Hercules candy to give my sister who lives in Hercules, California. She loved it. Yeah, Hercules have been really busy, haven't they? 4 time zones in the USA. Do you know they've only got 1 time zone in China? I only heard that recently. It's true story. Okay, so I'm binding. This is the medallion quilt, I think we called it, because it's kind of like, it's got a big knot in the middle. The one on the board behind me there, that's the string quilt that has got its binding on. It hasn't, it's only got, there's only one that I've been working on. And then if I get this one finished, I'll just move the Christmas cake. I've got another one beside me here that I could be working on if I finish this one before we get to next year, because I will be going to bed next year. A few months where life was normal. Yeah, it felt like we were maybe getting back to some sort of normal. But it has not gone away. And we all know somebody, don't we, who's been affected by it. Will you do a tutorial about sewing binding? Way back in the mists of time, I did. And I've, on my YouTube channel, I've got playlists, and I've tried to make the playlists easy to find. Binding's my favourite part as well of making a quilt, because it's like, I love hand sewing for one. I really love hand sewing, but also it's the last thing before the quilt's finished, apart from the label. And Kath's going to make me some, she's got a fancy machine that will embroider the labels for me. And so she's going to make 7 labels for these for me, because I was balking at sewing 7 labels. We won't be normal for some time, Jean. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I think there's a new normal, isn't there? Of there's a new normal. And yeah. So I think it's made us all super cautious. And she's all right, Angie. She's not 100%, but she's all right. Yeah, so that was our Christmas, sadly. But yeah. Tag you on Instagram, Murder Fabric post. It was a great, okay, missed that. New York. Yes, and so if you go back to the playlists, what I might do is try and tidy the playlists up a bit so that they're, because there's no point in having a playlist that's got 40 videos on it, because there's no point really. And so I think I might make the playlist shorter so that you can find, hello from Great Yarmouth. Thank you. You guys all make me smile too. One of the things that I'm hoping to do is sort out the playlist so that you can go to a more specific playlist and find a very short number, like 6 videos that's about something. And so that way you'll be able to find the things that, you know, like binding. Because I did a whole quilt from start to finish, which was a flying goose quilt a few years ago now, and I did every stage of it, and including the binding, sewing on the binding and stitching it down. And so the they're all there, but they're hard to find. I think they're hard to find is what I'm trying to say. They're hard to find. So it's New Year in Spain already. That's good. Cheryl's welcoming everybody. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, all right then. So we've had the Christmas cakes gone. The chocolate coated almonds have gone. The cheese straws are gone. Now I'm going to send these. These are my dried apples. Well, the popcorn, that's gone as well. But there's some dried apples coming down now. These are delicious. these Taste of Summer. I mean, they look pretty unpromising, don't they? But actually, when you chew away on one, they burst into flavour and they taste of summer. And so what I'm going to do now, because I actually have only got water at the moment, but I've got a bottle of ginger beer, making a journal. Now, let me just quickly talk about that for a second. I'm just going to have some ginger beer. Fentiman's ginger beer, not sponsored. They should sponsor me. I've never been sponsored by anyone except my wonderful patrons. Pass on the dried fruit. Is there any more fruitcake left? Bit more fruitcake? Fruitcake coming down. The whole Patreon thing, which will actually all kick off tomorrow, I'm changing up how I do Patreon. I'm not going to talk about this very much because you can go over to Patreon and have a look at the video that welcomes people to it. And what I'm going to be doing for one of the tiers is revisiting. I deserve to be sponsored, don't I? Who'd sponsor me though? Seriously. Would you sponsor me? Nah, she's not that bothered. Nope. I'm going to be reposting the series that I call the alongs or the make alongs. Oh, Cheryl, you do sponsor me, Cheryl. You sponsor me massively, so you don't need to worry about that. So yeah, that's going to be happening from next week. I can't do this with you on my knee. I'd rather have you on my knee though, because you're very sweet. So there you are. That's just a fabric company. I did think about that, Tamsin, and I don't know though. I don't think I did think about Liberty, but so many people do things with Liberty. I'm not sure anybody would want to sponsor me. Teresa, Louise, yeah. Okay, so I'm having a drink here of Fentiman's ginger beer. Now, my head is bursting. What do we do? Look, with ideas for next year's YouTube and next year's creativity, because this is Cat Rita, yeah. Because you can't see it, but over on the table behind my mum's quilts is the last of this year's commission quilts, which is, I pinned it all out. This last few days has been a busy time. I've been, I've just been sewing for the whole of Christmas. It's like root beer. Let's have a look. What's it? It's not alcoholic at all. It's just exquisitely crafted. Is ginger ale, ginger beer? No, I think ginger ale. I don't know why I say it's different. Ginger beer. What is it about ginger beer? What I like about it, apart from the fact it's absolutely delicious, is you look like I feel better. Yeah, I look like I feel better. That's the trick, isn't it? But they have their offices in Hexham, which is where I live, or just near where I live. So yeah, mind buzzing with ideas for things for next year. Buzzing with ideas. The rest is scone. Always pronounce it scone. Yes, that other word is not a real word. So I've got some ideas for Liberty gardening. Oh, goodness me. If I could find some help in the garden, I would very happily make some more vlogs about the garden. I really would. My garden. And at the moment, the poultry are in there. And so it's looking a little bit messy, let's say. Poultry are in the garden. Yeah. But so much to do, isn't there? And so little time. And I think that's what's happened this last few months, is that there's been so much to do. And it's fine when I'm well. But if I drop off my perch like I did in October, big time, then everything just goes to hell in a handcart. And that's why I've needed to take a bit of a step back from South Africa. Ginger beer in South Africa, made at home. I used to make it when I was a kid, ginger beer, with a ginger beer plant that you have to feed with sugar and then you sort of separate it every week, and you end up covering the entire world with ginger beer plants. Pacing is so important that I have fallen foul of the pacing thing. Oh, did you make your phone call, Sandra? Thank you for coming back. You didn't need to, but thank you very much. The thing about pacing, it's when you're doing something you love, and I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. It's really hard to say, oh, I'll do a bit less of it then, because do I crochet? I'll just write that down, because I'll talk about that. Do I crochet? I'll write this down. I'm not going to write notes now. So when you're doing something you absolutely love and enjoy so much, it's really hard to take a step back. But when everything was falling apart a little bit, and I was sitting in the doctor's office listening to what she was saying, and she said, you've got to stop what you're doing quite so much, otherwise we're going to see you back here very soon. So I'm having to do that. Yeah, sadly, but I have lots of help. My wonderful family. What singers do I like? Oh, what singers do I like? I'll put that down as well. What singers do I like? I'm writing questions down now. So my fabulous family, all of them. So 2 of them are away at the moment on holiday, visiting family. The little family with the baby is, well, she's not a baby now. She's 2. They've had a very quiet Christmas. John and Anna, who just live up the road, John called by earlier on to see me and tell me about his bird watching, his bird watching day. He's been to his favourite place, bird watching. Now there's a case in point, because John's favourite bird watching place was the cards for the Christmas boxes this year. It's a place called Muckle Moss, and he took these cards last year when it was really, really snowy. And these are the cards I had made into the cards for the Christmas boxes. And they're down here because I've been using these as little note cards and Christmas cards to send to people. And they are John's Christmas cards. And there are a few in the shop, so they're in the shop still. But yeah, John is a really big fan of bird watching. I really like the cards too. In fact, let's have another look at them. There's one in particular, which is the one, I think, where's my favourite one? Because I just brought a handful down so that I could use them for Christmas cards, and I think I probably sent all my favourite ones out. Because there's just one you get. Oh, I haven't got it. No, I've sent them all out. Oh, hang on, there's some more here. There it is. That one. I like that one. It was amazing. He went up to his favourite spot just as the sun was setting, and it had been really snowy, and then it had started to thaw, and then we had a really hard frost, so we got all these little crusty little bits of ice on the grasses. And if you look at this one with the tree, there's the other one with the tree. He took loads and loads, and we chose 5. There we go. Well, you can't see it from here, but there's icicles on the tree here that had frozen again. Kezia, 3,000 Facebook members. Wow, that's unbelievable. So I'll say that one more time, because someone was asking earlier on. There is a Facebook group if people are interested, for people to share the crafts and things that they do, and it's called The Last Homely House, and it's over on Facebook, and if you search for that, then the admin will look after you. What is John's favourite bird? John, this summer, sort of September, John and Anna went up to the Western Isles of Scotland. They went up to, in fact, there was, because that was when I was a bit unwell and my kids were all posting videos for me, and they posted a video about visiting the Western Isles. And I use a printers in Hexham. Someone just asked where I get them from. And he took an extra trip when he was up there to go to an island called St Kilda, which is like miles and miles and miles off. It's like 4 hours on a boat across to this island. And there was a snowy owl on the island, and he was really, really keen to see it. And he was by no means assured that he would, but he did. And he's got some fantastic photographs that he took through his telescope. And John's favourite bird is Anna. That is true. But his other favourite bird was this snowy owl. And John's adventures, Cheryl's just said, John's adventures are amazing. And he films them for Patreon, which is really, really, really kind of him. And this next year coming up, we are going to be treated to loads more of John's out and about. 8 a.m. in South Korea. Let's all just 8 a.m. in South Korea. Happy New Year, South Korea. Happy New Year. Yeah, so John, he's got another trip coming up. He's going to Italy. Just him and his telescope. He's going to Italy. He's meeting up with a friend while he's there. But he's going to be doing, that's a big spoiler for you. I can't remember when he's going. But he'll make some film for us when he's on this bird watching trip. John did an amazing thing once, and I'm not going to remember this very accurately, but it was a raptor migration. It was eagles migrating somewhere in, I'm not going to remember where, but Russia. And there was I can't remember. I'm sorry, John. There was a charity. There's a charity that counts these birds, and people can volunteer and go and stay there at the time of year when they're migrating. It's basically it's enormous mountain ranges, and the migration route is through the middle of these mountain ranges. It's definitely not Russia. It could be somewhere around the Baltic, somewhere around there. I'll have to find out and let you know. And so teams go at this time of year to count them. And they count over 1 million of these eagles flying through this amazing, unbelievable. So he's done that. He had a great time doing that. South Korea and Bermuda. Oh, Pennsylvania. Oh, just little old Northumberland here. Australia, loads of Australia. It was amazing. I may be getting to talk about that sometime, because I may be getting to talk about that sometime. He's done some very interesting things. He came to see me the other day. Now, my dad, yes, I did, Debbie. My dad is in near Preston in Lancashire. And so John came to see me the other day, and I said, "What have you been doing today?" He said, "Oh, I've been to Preston." I thought, what? It's like 4 hours away. It's not 4 hours. 4 hours the way I drive. It's not that for him. And he went all the way to this place where there was a kingfisher. I think it was called a banded kingfisher, something like that. And and he went so that he could see this little bird, along with hundreds of other people. Oh, just about to run out of thread. But he will. He'll drive. He's a proper twitcher. Yeah, I never thought I'd give birth to a twitcher, but I have. Anyway, it's a fantastic hobby for him. He absolutely loves it. Yeah, he is a twitcher. I think even he would admit that he is now. You know, he's on bird apps and notification sites. I'm just about to rethread this needle, and I just want to tell you about the needles I'm using, because Philippa, you're from Preston. I used to live in Preston. And actually, when I say my dad's in Preston, he's not. He's in Southport, really. But What's a twitcher? A twitcher, Sandy, is somebody who will go to the great lengths to watch tiny little rare birds. Yes, I get excited when I see wren. I've got wrens in the garden. But he'll drive miles to go, and he'll spend all day in the freezing cold. Belted kingfisher, that was it. That's what he saw, a belted kingfisher. He was very, very excited. Don't tell us from the country, different language, please. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. So I just want to tell you about these needles, because Kath, the long arm quiltery person, no, they're not John James. They're not. They're bohin, right? Kath said, try these, bohin. Wow, they're like, I don't know if I've got the right ones for hand quilting here. This one is a long, an applique long, and bohin. And they're not the most expensive needles, but they're not the cheapest either. Rita's never heard of a twitcher, but there you go. That's what they're called, twitchers. And so I got a packet of these bohin needles, not sponsored, and they're really lovely. I like them a lot. And if I'm careful, I can thread it as well. So I've been using just any old needle, whatever was in the pincushion. Thank you, Margaret. I am feeling mostly better, but I still can't walk in a straight line. That's a nuisance, isn't it? So I've got my mum's walking stick, and when I go outside, I've got a big broom handle that I use, and with my big coat on, someone on the farm said that I look like a wizard. But it's fine. It means that I can walk around the dam without worrying too much if I've got my big stick. And it also means that if the goose attacks me, I've got a big stick, so that's okay. But no, vertigo, the gift that keeps on giving. It's a bloody nuisance, that's all I can say. I hate binding a quilt. Well, there you go. Horses for courses. Yeah, wizard. And the person who said that was somebody who works on the farm, and I was there with a big staff and my colourful coat and my big boots. But Sadie the cat was trotting along behind me, and because she follows me wherever I go, and she said, "You look like a wizard," she said. Bohin needles, yeah, bohin. I'll show you them again. Bohin. I mean, I think you can get them in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Yeah, I'm a female Gandalf. Game changer. The thing I have to remember to do, though, is not just stick them in a pincushion with a load of other needles. I have to put them back in the packet so that I always know they're there. Yeah, how are we doing for time? Oh, half an hour, guys, half an hour. I thought I'd get tired, but I'm not. So you really speak softly and carry a big stick. Yeah, carry a big stick. The stick's really helpful for walking. Singers. What singers do I like? And do I crochet? Let's do it. Do I crochet? No, I don't. I have tried crocheting, and I can. Over there is a sort of granny squares throw that I made, but I had to get someone else to sew it up, to crochet it up for me, because I didn't do that. And so yeah. So no, I'm not a big fan of the crocheting. I do like knitting. I made Martha a jumper for her birthday. She really likes it. Yeah, ski poles as walking sticks. I think that's something that I might do, Beth, because I think that would be a good thing. A couple of ski. I think that would be great to get me out walking. What singers do I like? Okay, I'm just thinking down my Spotify playlist. Now there's a thing. If anybody's on Spotify, don't join it especially, but if you're on Spotify, there's a couple of playlists you might want to follow. And one of them is called The Last Homely House Goes to the Movies. And it's all my favourite movie soundtracks. And it's a couple of hours or more. And then to tie in with the Advent series that I've just done over on Patreon, I did another playlist that's called The Last Homely House Does Advent. And so both of those are there if you, yeah, hiking poles. I might even do that. Can't even do cringing. No, don't understand that. Special walking poles. Yeah, I think I might be going down that route, you know, because this stick of my mum's isn't very good. In fact, I'll tell you the doctor said to her that she could probably do with a walking stick. So she got this one. And the doctor had said to her, you need to start carrying a walking stick. So she used to carry it like this. She didn't used to touch the ground with it. She used to go out. She said, oh, I better go and get my walking stick. She used to carry it like this. She never really liked to admit that she couldn't do anything. Kate Rushby, yeah, very, very nice. Now, on the Last Tony House does Advent, okay, because it was all the soundtracks from the Advent movies that we did. And I discovered Johnny Flynn, who is sings the title. He actually stars in the movie too, Emma, the latest Emma. But he sings the theme tune for it. Queen Bee, it's called. Yeah, she used to carry it, Jane, just like this. Never touched the ground. She was very stubborn. I think I take after her. So Johnny Flynn, and he also sang the theme music for a TV show I like called The Detectorists, and he was in that as well. Had a cameo part in that. And what I've discovered with that is that Johnny Flynn is a really, really great singer. And so I've just recently enjoyed discovering him, Johnny Flynn. And he's a good actor too. Then I'm going to say that mostly, I mean, Joni Mitchell. Who doesn't like Joni Mitchell? She's insanely good. Even, you know, everything Joni Mitchell does. So, but when I listen to music, do I like Dire Straits? I listen to movie soundtracks mostly. Yeah, do check out Johnny Flynn. He's got this lovely kind of raucous kind of folk music kind of voice, very earthy, very kind of really kind of honest kind of voice. I like it a lot. About the process of finishing your knitting. Yeah, I've got a couple. That's what I mean about sorting out my my playlists, you know, because you would never find the knitting ones. I don't like listening to music. I listen to audiobooks. Yeah, I listen to audiobooks as well. But so I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks because I'm kind of really hooked on them. Claire says that my brother looks like Gandalf. He does, doesn't he? Well, there were no female wizards, were there? Tolkien was very sexist, bit of a misogynist, really, but because no women in Lord of the Rings. When they were writing the films things, they had to find the women from the appendices and from the from all the extra bits. There were very, very few women in the Lord of the Rings books, so there was no female wizards. But music, at the moment, I'm going through a massive thing of movie soundtracks, and I'm really, really, really enjoying them. Yeah, Eowyn, the Slayer of the Witch King, was made up. She wasn't in the books. You go to the books, you'll not find her. I mean, she might have, you know, she'll have been mentioned in an appendix, probably. Galadriel, yeah, I'll give you Galadriel. She was definitely in there as a woman. Well, an awesome woman. I watched a film with Kate Blanchett in just the other day. Don't Look Up is called. It's just out. Kate the Wise. Thank you very much, Cheryl. That's very kind of you. I'm not sure about the wise, but the stick's helpful for that kind of image, isn't it? I watched Don't Look Up. It's a new movie. It was just out on Netflix, I think. Very, very good. I'm not going to give you any spoilers about it, but I really enjoyed it. But Kate Blanchett was in it. And you think, wow, she was Galadriel. It's very hard. It's very good actors, really. Oh, look at this. I'm about to have a finish. Look. There to there, and I'll have a finish. Wowza. Fancy that. Bound one of the quilts. 1 down, 6 to go. Beatles albums. And of course, so the Beatles, anytime Agnes comes to visit, I put early Beatles on, really early Beatles, like Love Me Do and Please Please Me and all of that, because she needs to be indoctrinated into early Beatles stuff, and then we'll progress on to later stuff as she gets older. But I just put it on in the background. It's not like, oh, come and listen to this, Agnes. We just have the music on in the background. And yeah, so that I'll be the one who introduces her to the Beatles. I think I'm struggling with the answer to this one, because I like so many different things that I pretty much like whatever's on at the time. Anna, who works here with me up in the shipping room, and she puts a Spotify playlist on when she arrives, and they're always really, really great. I tell you, there's one thing I like to listen to. There's a YouTube channel called Ambient Worlds. I think it's called Ambient Worlds, and they do like 5 hours looped round of different themed music, and they are just great to have on in the background when you don't want silence. Ever break into dance while the Beatles are playing? We do dance, Agnes and I. Never would film that ever, but we do dance. We have fun. And so I put something like that on in the background, which is just it's just beautiful to have something going on in the background. Sweet, yeah, really good. My daughter-in-law Rita was taught the Beatles songs when she was very little, because of course she's the age of my kids. They're all in their 30s, so she didn't grow up naturally with the Beatles. Have you ever done macrame? Yes, I have done macrame. Do you remember in the 70s when macrame was like it was like the biggest deal ever, and everybody macrame'd everything? And I did. I used to make plant hangers, and yeah, I really got into that. Yeah. Oh, what a good idea, Sherry. I could play I could do all the ABBA stuff as well, because I'm not sure Mum and Dad will play ABBA somehow. She's got loads. We're going to have such fun, Agnes and I, discovering all these amazing things. Such fun. Macrame. Yeah, I was hooked on macrame, literally. I really was. I loads of it. I made loads of it. Yeah. Not any longer. Never been the big fan of the Bee Gees, I have to say, Susie. I mean, I don't dislike them, but yeah, there's only so much you can. Okay, love how you pronounce it, macrame. We call it macrame. 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 Well, I think this the translation of stuff, you know, the way that words are different. I love all that. Yeah, the Eagles. Awesome. Macrame on Armstrong Bridge. And yes, exactly. Exactly. Armstrong Bridge. What a great memory, Chris. What a great memory. And you remember you used to put the money in the bank and the woman thought you were me. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Oh, Armstrong Bridge. Now, that was a long time ago. Some other person. Bought a car, though, didn't I? Yeah, little blue car. Carpenters. So I should now say, shouldn't I? Alexa, play the Carpenters. And so now everybody's Alexas are all playing the Carpenters, aren't they? I remember doing that once, and all around the world, people. Yeah, I love Queen. All around the world, people's were playing On Top of the World, Looking Down on Creation. So, whose Alexas are playing the Carpenters now? Anybody's? Nobody. Yes, Queen. Really great. Love Queen. Love Queen. There's so much to like, isn't there? Freddie Mercury, what an awesome guy. Don't Stop Me Now. Oh, what we do? Oh, someone got the carpenters on. Yeah, I'm sorry, Vicky. What was? That's right. I was listening to something one time, and an audiobook of a Harry Potter book, and they kept saying Sirius Black, and my Siri kept coming in with what do you want? What do you want me to tell you? Yeah, I like Queen. I like so many things. I don't think I would like to pin myself down to one thing, really. Not really. Got to see Queen 3 times. Wow. I unplugged my Alexa for that very reason. I couldn't be doing with that. She must not be named. Will not stop playing. I'm sorry, Derek. I'm sorry, Derek. I really feel slightly wicked when I do that, but it's also very amusing. How are we doing? So, Derek, you and I have got 20 minutes left, haven't we? Let's have a look at the proper time. What are we doing? Oh, 38. Okay, we're all right. We're doing good for time. And I finished the binding on this quilt. Yes, I was a massive Monkeys fan. I really was. I watched the TV shows and I had all the LPs. And my brother, who was the big Beatles fan in the family, was very scornful and laughed at me a lot. Okay, so I've finished putting the binding on this quilt now. This is the one that's got the little bit down the back here, and this one's huge. So I started with a big one so that I would have a good result. Right, okay, what we're going to do now then is chuck that one out over there. And in the last 20 minutes or so that we've got, put the time there so I can see it, I'm going to make a start on this one. Now this one, I mean, I'm kind of assuming Davy Jones. He was from Manchester. And at the time I lived in Manchester, so I was like, obviously we were mates, weren't we? The quilts that I'm putting the bindings on at the moment, Katie Lang, she's awesome. I saw her in Glasgow. Amazing. Philippa, you have hidden depths. Oh, what did Philippa just say? You got to meet Davy Jones, Karen. Wowza. She has hidden depths. She does. She's lovely. Quilts. You maybe know about these quilts from past videos that I've made where I've opened up the suitcase and showed you all the quilt tops that my mum left. Northern California. Nice to see you, Gillian. And then I took them all up to Kath in Cumbria. No, she's not in Cumbria. She used to be in Cumbria. Who's now in Scotland, and she long-armed quilted them all for me. And that was another video. And we drove to get them back again. Anna drove. Can still find driving a little bit tricky. I need you to get down, please. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. And then I brought them back, and now I've put all the Grown Sixes. I was born in 1956. Someone's just asked me when I was born. 1956. It's a very good year. So now I've got this one. Kate Bush, massive fan of Kate Bush. I've got this one now, and I'm binding them terribly simply. This is like just the same colour that's on the back here. When I make my own quilts, I usually put quite funky bindings on, or a scrappy binding, or I make something kind of a statement about the binding. The last quilt that I bound had a candy stripe binding, which was great. But this one, these 7 is, yeah, she's a boomerang. This cat's a boomerang. That'd be a good name for a cat, wouldn't it? Boomerang. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm doing terribly simple bindings on these. I'm going to be giving these to family members. And so the easiest and simplest way that I can finish with these, the better, really. So I've got a second one out, and didn't think that I would finish that first one. I'm really pleased that I have. I've brought some bits and pieces here to show you. I think I've shown you everything I wanted to. Bit show and tell. Yeah, I have. Yeah, there's nothing left on the table there that I haven't shown you. I'll have a bit more ginger beer. Maybe I won't bind. Maybe I'll just give this cat a stroke. Hey, what do you think? Philippa, I'm going to need to hear more about this, by the way. Oh, okay. Philippa has got a little track going on of her own over there. I don't know what she's been revealing to folk there. Okay. She's not going to let me bind, is she? No, she's not. It's been quite a year. What was my favourite moment from this past Christmas? Lovely FaceTimes with my family. I've had some lovely FaceTimes with them all. Yeah. Ginger beer. Oh, I missed that. Ginger beer is delicious. I wonder if you asked the A word to play the Beatles and everyone would have a different song to play. I'll do it. Are you ready? Alexa, play the Beatles. What happened now? Come on, tell me, somebody. What have you got? Nah. Nothing. Taking a nap. Oh, obviously, they don't recognise me. Yesterday. Very, very, very nice song. Very nice song. So are you going to let me sew? Are you? Are you going to go down that way? Good girl. I'll do a bit more stitching before 20 minutes or so. Hey Jude, that's one of my favourite Beatles songs. Good. Excellent. Yeah, I just unplugged mine. I like your Juki. How do you like yours, Kate? Oh, well, these past few days when I've been sewing, it's over there in that corner. And I've been sewing all Christmas. What time is it in the UK? It's 1:45. I've been just sewing and sewing and sewing. Penny Lane, that's good. That's a good one. Yellow Submarine, not one of my favourites, but it's still a Beatles, so you've got to like it, really. Oh, nearly 2,000 viewers. Wowza. So yes, and so I've been stitching. I've finished a quilt top, a quilt back, because I did a pieced back for that one. I've put 7 bindings on, and I've also been embracing leaders and enders. Get back, yeah. Norwegian wood. Oh, I'm so pleased that all these A word people are playing the Beatles for you. Yeah, so do I like my machine? I love my machine. But I tell you, I had a little problem on, I was really just cracking on doing all of this. And I thought, do you know, it's been such a long time since I changed the needle. In fact, I've never changed the needle on this machine. So I thought, I'm going to change the needle on this machine. Well, and so I did. I just took the old needle out, put a new needle in. I think that sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? The thread kept breaking and breaking and breaking, and I would thread it up again and it would break again. So in the end, I had to do that thing that we all know we have to do, is look at a YouTube video. Do they shoot fireworks for New Year? Not where I live, no. I don't know if they'll be doing any. I think maybe Big Ben, they'll be doing fireworks there. Yeah, they'll be doing fireworks in London, I guess. Where my son and his wife are, they're doing fireworks there. So I watched a YouTube video. Favourite book or author, I'll tell you that, although I think a lot of people will already know that one. You have to really carefully position the needle so that it's almost imperceptible that there's one side of the needle that's got a groove out of it and one side that hasn't, and you've got to get the groove on the right side. Favourite author of all time? And this is a big claim, really, isn't it? I know, I should change my needle every 8 hours of sewing. Yeah, we have got a bit of a quarantine going on, sadly. What was I saying? Favourite author bar none? Philip Pullman. Terry Pratchett. Now, I love Terry Pratchett, and there's a book many years ago. There's a radio program called Woman's Hour, and they do a dramatization of a book. I don't know if they still do it because I haven't actually listened to it for years and years. And I listened to them dramatize Equal Rights by Terry Pratchett. It was the first time I'd ever come across him, and it got me hooked, and I got all the books and read the lot. Saw Elton John about 3 times when I was a kid. Really like him. And so I'm getting a bit scatty now because I'm quite tired. What was I talking about? Can't remember. This is when I'm editing a recorded video. It's great because I can stop it. I can't sew with you on my knee, Reets. I can't. No, it's completely gone, whatever I was talking about. Terry Pratchett, thank you. Equal Rights. So Equal Rights was a fantastic book. Really fantastic book. The basic premise of it is that only men can be wizards. We've just had this as a theme. Equal Rights, thanks, Chris. And but this young girl, this baby, is born and is made a wizard by this ceremony, and she's a girl, Escarina, and it's then what happens to her then after she's been initiated into being a wizard by mistake. It's very funny. Somebody said that they thought that Tolkien would be my favorite author, and I really do love Tolkien, and I love the books he wrote. But he was a very, like I just said earlier on, he was an interesting man and lived at the time he did. And he didn't really write women very well, or at all. He didn't write women at all. Whereas Philip Pullman's main character, Lyra Silvertongue, is a girl. And favourite children's book are definitely the Dark Materials books. But then I have a lot of kids' books that I read to Agnes. Just little, and I like Mary Hedderwick and Bob Graham and authors like that. I like all of that. And so, yeah. And Terry Pratchett wrote women brilliantly. You're right, because he wrote about the witches, Nanny Ogg, and who was amazing. And the matriarchs in these families, they were unbelievable. So I think that I like a well-rounded kind of author, really, I suppose. And Philip Pullman's that for me. And the 3 books that he wrote about this world, the Dark Materials books, there's now another trilogy being written called The Book of Dust, which 2 books are out. I can't wait for the 3rd book of that to be out. But yeah, really good. Yeah, there's some great authors coming up now. And I more listen to books these days because 10 minutes, Sandra. Sandra's been a properly fantastic countdowny person, hasn't she, tonight? Really great. Thank you for her own countdown and now for mine. Now, I'm going to put this needle down because this cat's going to stab herself on it. There we go. You sit here. There you are, darling. Never mind. We won't do any more quilting. Yeah, so I listen to books more because I like to be busy with my hands, and I love to read to Agnes, and I love reading. I love reading out loud. So I love reading out loud to people. In fact, when I was trying to think of something to read out loud for the Christmas Eve thing, I read a couple of things that I thought, oh, that maybe this would be good. And instead of just reading to myself, I read them out loud. Really like reading out loud. And I thought, no, that one doesn't work. So you ended up with Benjamin Zephaniah's poem, which was, that's what it was, I guess. Right, get the fizz ready. Get the fizz ready. Rita's in a big mood for a cuddle. Fizz ready. 9 more minutes for the fizz. The narration's really important, isn't it, on an audio book? And so I go to Audible and look at the, if you like this, you might like this, and then I listen to the sample just to see if actually the narration's going to work for me. And just lately on Audible, I've been listening to the Durrell's Corfu series because I've really liked the TV show, the series that they made about that was called the Durrells with Keely Hawes and some really great actors. And I was very interested in how the family ended up in Corfu and how my family and other animals and all of that. And I just got really into all of that. So I've been listening to the Corfu trilogy, and yeah, that's been good. Yeah, that's been good. But no, I if I read, I tend to fall asleep before I get to the end of the page, because yeah, the Durrells was really excellent. I thought that it was, all the characters were so brilliantly drawn in that TV adaptation, which made me curious about what the books would be like, the original books by Gerald Durrell. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how we're doing here. So the poem we should all be thinking about now is Auld Lang Syne, which is obviously written in the Scottish dialect, isn't it? But it's a lovely, if you've actually, I looked up a translation of it earlier because it's in sort of Scottish English, and you can kind of guess what it's all about, but we kind of sing it or say it without really understanding the words of it, don't we? But it's actually really lovely, and it's about this person who's reminiscing about lovely times that he used to have with his dear friend. Scots is a language, not a dialect. I do beg your pardon. You're right, it is. And but if you read the real meaning of it, it's about, and we used to do these wonderful things, playing in the streams and all of that, and sharing a drink together. But now we're separated by an ocean, and we just have the memory of those times. And I read the, am I going to call it a translation, the interpretation of those lovely words, and I thought what a fitting thing it was for what we're all doing here, is sharing time across oceans. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Don't want to get too heavy about all of that. In the trilogy of dust that you like is an Audible. Yes, and so the three the Dark Materials was dramatized and narrated by Philip Pullman, but the Book of Dust is read by Michael Sheen. The first two are on Audible, read by Michael Sheen. The first one's called La Belle Sauvage, and the second one's called The Secret Commonwealth. And he hasn't, the third one hasn't even got a title yet. I keep checking every now and then. Read by Michael Sheen, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, really, really, really awesome. So yeah, and so I listened to those a fair few times. Oh, people are telling me it's 5 minutes. It is, it's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes until January 2022, which is, I don't know. I remember when Martha was born and looking at this little baby and saying to myself, this baby's going to be 14 when it's the millennium. She's 36 now. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? Oh, someone's passing you some catnip. Well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you very much. A little gift for you. And Happy New Year, Kezia. Or did I miss that? No, it wasn't Kezia. It was someone else beginning with K, but Happy New Year, Kezia. And Happy New Year to all the people who are here in the UK. Here's to a successful, creative 2022 to everyone. Philippa, I echo that. I really do. And hope to see you soon. I do. 6 more hours before it's your trip into 2022. Yeah, because we've got this time scale thing going on. So when this live stream's finished, you can all go back and enjoy your day and get yourselves ready for your New Year's celebrations. And then, of course, there are the people who are in New Zealand who are who are well and truly into next year now. Well and truly into next year. And so the battle goose pecks on the back door, Cheryl, to be fed in the morning. And so sometimes it makes me jump because I think, what's that noise? And it's the goose pecking on the back door. So let's see what the time's doing now. 3 more minutes. I'm going to have a little bit more ginger beer because that's the sort of thing you drink before you go to bed, isn't it? She's got very sharp claws, this cat. You're very welcome. And I will be back with you soon. I've got loads and loads of plans about the things that I want to do on the YouTube channel. I really have. Some of the stuff that, well, I'm not going to give you any more clues than that, but there will be some content coming your way soon on the YouTube channel. Rita's ready to wrap up and get her first sleep of 2022. So am I. New Year's resolutions? No, I tend not to make them because, you know, why set yourself up for something that you've then got to do? You know, say you're going to give something up or take something up, you've then got to do it, haven't you? Just do your best every day, I'd say, basically. Do your best every day. Ah, Linda, that's sweet. That's very sweet. Thank you very much to the moderators tonight. I'm really, really grateful. There's a couple of people who already moderate. Clean January, yes, I am. I'm going to do Clean January, but I'm not going to make a big fuss over it. So that if Clean January, you know, the diet, clean diet, I've got all my juicing ingredients ready for tomorrow. But I invited some people yesterday to join as moderators, and I'm really grateful to the people who joined up just a few hours ago to help with the moderation. It's not hard, is it? It's just nice to have to know that there's people out there who are looking out for what's going on, which is lovely. And so that's great. A countdown. Okay, Linda wants to do a countdown. Oh yeah, definitely need to do a countdown. Thank you very much indeed, you lovely moderating people. Okay, I tried this last year and failed. I was trying to find the world clock. That's what I'm... Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It appears to be midnight. It's the first... Oh, it's the 1st of January. Can you even see that? No, it's the 1st of January on my calendar. Happy New Year, everybody. For all the people for whom it is Happy New Year, and Happy New Year soon for all the people it's gonna be. And I wanted to, now I've got this book beside me, and it's the book that I used on Christmas Eve, and it's called A Poem for Every Night of the Year. And I looked at the one for, are there fireworks in Hexham? Oh, are you going to go and watch the fireworks, Philippa? I won't keep you. I'm just going to read you the poem from the 1st of January because I looked it up and I thought that's quite nice. Here we go. It's very short. And it's by Susan Coolidge, who wrote the What Katie Did books. And it goes like this. It's called Every New Morning. Every day is a fresh beginning. Listen, my soul, to the glad refrain. And spite of old sorrows and older sinning, troubles forecasted and possible pain, take heart with the day and begin again. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I was going to read Robbie Burns because that's the poem on the last day of the year, but I can't do the beautiful nuanced language. So that little poem, Cheryl, Every New Morning by Susan Coolidge, take heart with the new day and begin again. And that's what I'd always say is start again. Just do your best, and if you don't manage quite your best, then just start again tomorrow. And it's a really, really sweet book, and you can find your birthday and you can read you know, all the stuff Every single day of the year, there's a lovely poem. So, my lovely friends on the lime green sofa, my lovely YouTube friends, that was an awesome couple of hours. And can you hear Rita purring? She's right here, and she's going to go to sleep now. Thank you very much, moderators. Thank you very much for putting all that supportive stuff up for me tonight. You know that I'm not a big fan of live streams. I've said that before, but you never know. I might do another one. I'll do one next New Year's Eve. But for now, I'm going to say thank you to everyone for joining me on the sofa. Thank you for helping me all these little treats and stuff that I've passed down. Thank you very much. And I will see you back on the YouTubes in the next few weeks. And you're all absolutely wonderful. So 1,928 of you is absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Go and enjoy your New Year's now. Go and enjoy your fireworks if you're having them. Go and enjoy whatever New Year brings to you. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Take care. Bye now. Bye-bye.